We're on our way to High Hrothgar.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Clement?
Not today. I'm just not ready.
7,000 steps. So this is gonna take a few minutes. Emblem 1. Before the birth of men, the dragons ruled all Mundus. Their word was the voice, and they spoke only for true needs. For the voice could blot out the sky and blot the land. Spider. Where's a bit of a... We lack the damage to rely on this. Suppose our spells might, direct damage spells might not be all too much better. We don't have to go into hugging distance to use them either. I'm getting stuck on the steps. Men were born and spread over the face of Mundus. The dragons presided over the crawling masses. Men were weak then and had no voice.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
What are you doing?
I like to spend time up here. Walk the steps. Meditate on the emblems. Doesn't hurt when I bag some game along the way. All right then.
Ooh, what do we have? Ooh. That's bad. That's raid. That's something we don't want to let come into melee distance. And something new. Oh, fuck. I don't have magic to kill it. I managed to lure it out. Ah. Yep. No good. What would we need? Ooh, hell, we have some kind of a disease. Vampirism. Oh shit. Reduces health by 25 points. So, quarter of our health down the drain. We need to cure this fairly soon, it'll advance to vampirism. All I needed. Another thing to worry about. We do want, I think we want the decoy now. These guys are good enough that a single hit can potentially kill us, especially with the reduced health. Destruction 31. Toleration 33. Fledgling spirits of men were strong in old times, unafraid to war with dragons and their voices, but the dragons only shouted them down and broke their hearts. What the fuck is coming our way? Something? It's a ice raid. Ice raids are weird. I think they do mostly cold damage. Ice Rage should win the fight. Yeah, let's go, Goldie. You're my #1 man now. Iron ore. You can keep it. The weather is changing. It was sort of warm and sunny. Now it doesn't feel so or look so warm anymore. Cyril far, far away.
You keep your distance with that magic.
Who are you?
Just a pilgrim. I'd prefer to leave it at that, if you don't mind.
So, what are you doing?
Walking the steps, meditating on the emblems. I make this trip every few years.
Okay,
Aye.
thanks for sharing. Kind called on Pasternax, repeated man. Together they taught men to use the voice. Then dragon war raged, dragon against Hung. That's a dragon. You sure that's a dragon? It's a dragon. Don't need this shit. That's ice troll. You're still alive. Might be able to sneak by. I don't think so. We can just burst enough damage, the troll should be no problem. But we need to try to burst damage. We need to use the shittier attack spell. As long as we just don't want to give it a chance to regenerate. What names? Let's keep the regeneration up. Excellent. Man prevailed, shouting Alduin out of the world, proving for all that their voice too was strong, although their sacrifices were manifold. We probably need to buff our armor spell. Damage is still a priority at this point, but we need to be able to mitigate physical damage more. With roaring tongues, the Sky Children conquer, founding the first empire with sword and voice, whilst the dragons withdrew from this world. The tongues at Red Mountain went away humbled. Jürgen Windcaller began his 7-year meditation to understand how strong voices could fail. Jürgen Windcaller chose silence and returned. The 17 disputants could not shout him down. Jürgen the Calm built his home on the throat of the world. I can see High Hrothgar now, getting close. For years all silent, the Greybeard spoke one name. Tiber Septim, stripling then, was summoned to Hrothgar. They blessed and named him Dovahkiin. The voice is worship. Follow the inner path. Speak only in true need. Got some kind of a buff. When you go off 4 hours, voice of the sky. Animals will neither attack nor flee from you. Okay, well that's a lot of shit.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
You call me Dragonborn. What does that mean?
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Fus!
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
I want to find out what it means to be Dragonborn.
We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you.
You mean I'm not the only Dragonborn?
You are not the first. There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, That is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
So who are you and what is this place?
We are the Greybeards, followers of the Way of the Voice. You stand in High Hrothgar, on the slopes of Kinarith's sacred mountain. Here we commune with the voice of the sky and strive to achieve balance between our inner and outer selves.
I'm ready to learn.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro. You learn a new word like a monster. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock it through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro. Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thum. Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
Fus, Ro!
So basic training for us. We are getting more powers out of this, so there's that.
Well done. Again.
Fus, Ro!
You learn quickly. Once more.
Fus, Ro!
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori.
Learn the word of power from Bullet. This is nice and all, but I don't really get any better at the moment what it means to be Dragonborn. Still a path higher up.
We will now see how you learn a completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind. Wold. hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum. Approach Master Body and he will gift you his knowledge of wood.
Whirlwind sprint. The Doom rushes forward, carrying you in its wake with the speed of a tempest.
Now we will see how quickly you can master a new shout. Master Wolfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori. Rex! Wolf! Now it's your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes. Rex!
Piece of cake.
Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself...
I don't know how I do it, it just happens.
You were given this gift by the gods for a reason. It is up to you to determine how best to use it. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
Who was Jürgen Windcaller?
He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, the master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born.
What does it mean to be Dragonborn?
Dragons have the inborn ability to learn and project their voice. Dragons also are able to absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar abilities. Whether a gift or a curse has been a matter of debate down through the centuries. What you have already learned in a few days took even the most gifted of us years to achieve. Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods at times of great need. We will speak more of that later, when you are ready.
So why are the dragons returning? Does it have something to do with me?
No doubt, the appearance of a Dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Surely there's more you can tell me.
There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you.
Are there only 4 of you?
5. Our leader, Parthenax, lives alone on the peak of the throat of the world. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to speak to him.
So that would be the one who taught humans to use the voice, which means dragon. What is the way of the voice?
The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance.
But I don't follow your philosophy. Why help me learn the voice?
The Dragonborn is an exception to all the rules. The dragon blood itself is a gift of the gods. If we accept one gift, how can we deny the other? As Dragonborn, you have received the ability to shout directly from Akatosh. We therefore seek to guide you on the proper use of your gift, which transcends the restrictions which bind other mortals. Sky above, voice within.
Yeah, Skype above, voice within. Where exactly do we need to go? Ustengrav. Yeah, we're just going to take carriage service to Morthal, walk from there. Looks to be very close. Get our hands on some kind of a horn and
Need a
report
ride?
back.
Where do you want to go?
Be simple.
Climb and back and we'll be off. Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts.
Mori House. Midnight.
What's the Jarl going to
The
do
Legion's
about it?
always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude.
Enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Well, I have to say that I don't care what your problems are. Just passing through for now.
Where are these vampires coming from? We need to wipe them out before things get worse.
Where are the vampires coming from? Yeah, that's the question. Question for another time, though. Swampy Fungally Pod. More War's Lair. I'm not interested now. I have a specific goal. Like to get to it. It's a Nordic barrow, so probably Droger. Shouldn't be too much fuss. Although that was like 15 levels ago, pretty much, when we last visited this sort of place like this. So yeah, the opposition might be a bit steeper this time. What?
Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
That's no good. What the fuck? They're not. Ooh. They're not living creatures. Bandits. Oh fuck. Terrible aim. If I could have killed the caster, I think that would have done it. The bandits aren't living. They're just doing the so they're just summoned or resurrected creatures. We can get the necromancer, that should do it then.
Think you can take me? No.
Yeah. That is impossible without something like the ritual stone, though. Guess the game is bending a few rules. I don't really mind, as long as it doesn't do that on a regular basis. I mean, what he's doing is technically possible through certain means. Even a master summoner can only keep up 2 resurrected creatures on his own. Still, looks like necromancers, not Draugr or bandits, so let's check the situation here first. If it's Draugr, it's fairly straightforward. If it's something else, it's something else. We probably should get rid of the lights. It'd be hard to do any sneaking with it. Can't turn them off as a way to delay any. One of the reasons why I don't like light spells. They also just they shine light in your eyes, makes it things harder to see. If that makes sense. If they're fighting something. I don't care. Our problem at the moment.
These thralls of yours are slower than Argonians in a blizzard.
Feel free to grab a pick and help them out. I prefer not to sully myself with manual labor.
There goes another one.
Bah, weak-willed rabble. Even dead, they're almost useless.
They seem less intelligent each time you raise them, if that's even possible.
As long as they can swing a pickaxe where I tell them, they're as smart as you need them to be.
You hear that? The others must have found something.
We'd better go see. These can tend to themselves for a few minutes.
So a group of mages and they're encountering trouble. Necromancers, really. So fellow necromancers. Dead necromancers. No, novice conjurer. And Draugr. And novice conjurer. Lesser ward. Okay, that's nice of this. It's a bit very basic spell. I suppose it's good to have it. Move your ass. And I missed. I'm dead. Yeah, didn't realize. Oh yeah, fuck. We have the. We still have the lamp person. I can't go forward with this. I can't quick travel anywhere either. I need to get rid of the vampires. Shit. Forgot about it. Already hard enough with the 100 life, so I really don't need a reduced life. I'm gonna quick travel to Morthal. There's gonna be some kind of temple or something over there that we can use to heal things. If not, maybe a shop that sells potions. And people coming my way. Why don't you go fuck yourself? I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, they're clearly looking for trouble.
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar.
No cure.
Such a thing has not happened for hundreds of years.
Those two guys are clearly after me. There's zero interest in interacting with them though. But I need to cure the vampirism. It's not vampirism yet. Vampirism is a severe form of the disease, and that's a lot harder to cure. So that's another reason why I need to get rid of this shit. But Morthal doesn't have anything. Morthal is a piece of shit town. Ah, crap. Okay, what alchemical ingredients do we have? Vampire dust does have the cure disease ability. I don't think I don't recognize anything else. I think we have a chance though. It doesn't take too long for the disease to develop into something worse, to an actual vampirism, so we don't want to quick travel anywhere. I'm sure Mudcrab Chitin has the disease curing ability too. Now we only need to find a alchemical bench, and I'm sure every town has one somewhere. Alchemy shop. That'll do it. Mudcrab Kiting Vampire Dust. That kills these.
You're mine.
More vampires. I have this disease again, don't I? Not yet. Yeah, complications. I smell more complications.
You there. You're the one they call Dragon.
Yeah, fuck you too. Yes, I am Dragonborn.
Your lies fall on deaf ears to see her. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
I thought so. And the fun begins. Nope. Vampires, cultists. What more? This is gonna be a bad night for Morphal Guard. That's one down. Ah, still a cultist left alive, I see. Delayed. So, action-packed night for the guard. Ropes, orders. Just the other one. Be vampires somewhere too. Master Vampire. Vampire Armor Configuration. I'm still there were definitely two cultists. Pretty sure I killed one of them. Last her somewhere here. It was definitely on this pier when she died. The other died and died there. Ah. Have the disease? No. Not gonna read the orders now. I just want to get the Horn of Jurgen wind color. This is troublesome enough. I think we're better off using spellcasters here. The ward would also help against other spellcasters. But it sucks up your magic. It's not without its problems. Fire mage is fairly good. Flaws try to remain hidden. It seems like there's at least two casters still there. Well, this is bad. I can't do this like... What the fuck was that? Yeah, wrong power. Yeah, we didn't have the unrelenting force anymore, it was fooled. Reborn Ritual Stone. Blue Growth of Minor Restoration.
You think you stand a chance?
Don't heal yourself, you son of a bitch. What Matika do you have anyway? Wars are incredibly mana hungry, I guess. Hopefully there aren't too many casters anymore. Oh, this fire mage is probably very good. I'd like to be able to make a little bit faster progress. Turrets with no soul gems. Yeah. Always this morning. Okay, I need to go. Stop blocking. I need to go forward quickly, otherwise the resurrection is totally wasted. And she's a good resurrected character. Do restoration, for instance. Do a depth level of destruction. Feel free to contribute to the fighting. What use are you? One shot kills Droger. That's what the use she is. Gold. Massive hallway. Hidden chest, 12, 19 gold. Yeah. This is what I something like this is pretty much the definition of what I have problems with the Bethesda games, these open world adventure games. Is that when you usually tend to find some kind of a secret in a game, it's the developer intentionally put it there, and had an idea behind it. Depending on the game, it varies, but that's usually the point. Sometimes it's just pretty some kind of a pickup or a boost or a buff or something like that. But in a game, adventure game, role-playing game, it tends to be some kind of a secret. You learn something new or find something interesting, a little bit of a story to tell or something. It's not a generic chest with 19 gold pieces and nothing else. If that's what you're gonna put in there and not going to have any idea or purpose for the secret door, just have a normal hallway there, please, for the love of God. It makes so much sense, so much more sense. A feeling that someone actually took a little bit of time. No, you don't even have to have that. You need to have a feeling that this looks nice. It's worth your while. It's something like this. It's pretty much we've seen these caverns quite a few times, but this is something I have never seen before. It's interesting enough. I'm interested to say what is this? It keeps me invested in the game. Having everything being generic, having secrets is not the okay. For some plays, having secrets is not the end goal themselves. Having places of interest it is. So if you have a secret it's not interesting, you sort of miss the entire point. You just create a waste of time. The white tiles don't trigger anything, the black tiles spew fire. Creating secrets for the sake of secrets is a waste of time. Having a secret that hides something interesting is good, very good. Not quite sure to what extent you can point to any singular thing about it. It's like the difference between having someone plan out what kind of loot items or specialty loot you can get from certain places versus having a generic loot chest that uses a randomized loot table or level scale loot table. Our chances of basically finding something truly useful and interesting by looting these chests is pretty much non-existent. Because, not necessarily because you can't ever find it, but because we might not have the levels for it or something. We can always know beforehand what we can expect to find. Not in the way that we know the contents before, because we've played it before, but because we know that what loot is appropriate for our level, and the game will provide the appropriate loot. I can't go to some place really and expect to find something interesting, something worthwhile, maybe something that we can use 15 levels from now. We always know it's the generic, appropriate, uninteresting, dull. That's the problem. And it's not like your game is one thing or another. It's always a mix. You have some boring, some interesting, but I feel these type of games have a genuine problem in that they have too much things that feel like generic. I mean, that's the enemy. So when you hear a new series in the games is going to have this much more content, that doesn't say anything. It always should be a question of what type of a content are we adding. We're going to add 50% more similar size that you already had in the previous game. You're not really adding anything of value. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. It's just it's work wasted. I won't appreciate it if I'm already have more than my fair share of a similar type of sites. Adding 100 more won't make me give a single extra point in my mind to the game. It might even detract from it. Even if the same amount of good content is still there. I suppose if you want to be very blatant about it, it's like having a nice meal and then just adding something very unpleasant to the plate. Yeah, the nice thing is still nice, but the entire meal just got worse. The more you have to wade through some kind of junk to get to the interesting part, the less worse of a game it is. It's hard to say beforehand though, because even though Skyrim definitely suffers from it too, I think it suffers from it less than the Oblivion, which was the previous game entry in the series. So there's been positive improvement, change on that front. But it's hard to say. I mean, in Oblivion, a lot of places feel like they're exact copies. I mean, like, there's nothing unique about the site you're creating. Here there might be similar enemies, similar themes, but a lot of these places are genuinely memorable and different in some way. It might not be something that is hard, that you can really point your finger to and say it was totally different because of this, this and this, but you don't feel like you're retreading the same dungeon over and over and over again. Even though the actual playable content inside the site can be very similar. The level scaling keeps things at least a little bit fresh. Because as you level up, you are getting a different mix of creatures. But if that would have been the only thing, it would still feel like you're basically retreading the same mission over and over and over again. So there's positive improvements been happening. So I suppose even though I complain about it, I'm slightly optimistic about how things might change for the better. But it's always a worry because it seems like no one really asks those questions. It's more how big is the area you have to explore, like in square kilometers or something like it's some kind of meaningful value. I mean, this could be the entire map could be a city block for all I care, as long as there's good content and it's an enjoy to play, rich content. If it's covers the entire Tamriel, it doesn't matter if if the content is spread out and most of it is just walking in an empty environment. doing nothing or just zapping random monsters. That's not a game worth playing anymore. So it's hard. It's always sort of a cause for some concern because at least reading articles about these new games, no one really seems to be asking those questions. They're focusing on those totally meaningless numbers. How many hours of spoken dialogue? How big is the game area? Blah 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 blah. Those are nice things only after you got a good idea what the content is. Then it's an indication of more that you're probably having more of that good solid content. But the quality needs to be have an idea about it first. Guess you would have to have someone who you trust at least somewhat play the game and hear their opinion of it. Because the developer is never going to let people just explore the game, not to that extent. At least with Skyrim, I think it was like something like an hour or two people got to play, and considering how the game starts, it basically means a lot of people basically retread the same tutorial area and the Golden Claw quest or go to Whiterun or something like that over and over and over again, and there's very little new being discovered. You really don't get a feel how the game is, because you're more or less in the early story tutorial part and so is everyone else. So it doesn't give a fair idea of how the game content will be. Silver. What is our word of power? They become ethereal. It's you can't interact with the world can't interact with you ability, I think. Not all that useful. I suppose if you're in deep shit and you need a get out of jail free card, ethereal transformation is exactly what you need. Spiders. And pressure plates. There's a hole in the ceiling. I got spiders coming up my rear. There's pressure placed there though, so they might burn themselves alive. dumbass kill himself. Dragonborn, I need to speak to you urgently. Rent the attic room at the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and I'll meet you. Signed a friend. So there is no horn here. Ah. Hopefully we can at least get some decent loot out of this. Circles of Minor Magicka increases your Magicka by 20 points. Dwarven Battle Axe, Dwarven Mace. Also I might as well take them. Got to sell something. And I do have the extra carry weight, so why not? Ah, is that it?